have the camera up here so that way I can't actively be searching for threats. I see how it is. It is dawn. Woof. Okay. Dodge. Oh, no, 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 no. Need to jump into a tree, need to jump into a tree. I'm bleeding, need to jump into a tree. Okay. Okay, at least it waited until I was awake. That's kind of nice of it. Am I out of danger of it yet? I don't think this is quite the place that it can get to. Are there any kapok fibers nearby? Any kapok fibers nearby? Please tell me that that is a kapok fiber. Beehive. Oh, are there any kapok fibers nearby? These don't seem to be kapok trees. This is quite bad. This is incredibly bad. This is hopefully not insurmountably bad, but this seems really dire. Why are there no kapok fibers around? I'm like about to die is what's about to happen. And I'm gonna need to get these kids to a hiding spot, is what the next thing after that is potentially. Kapok fibers, Jesus Christ, please just let me get there before I'm dead. Dead devolution. Listen, I know I'm in the act of dying. Why didn't I memorize where those fucking kapok fibers were? That's not that. It's a beehive. Kapok fibers. And memorize. And memorize. Oh, this is... How come my dopamine is still okay when I'm, dying? Are my kids okay? How do I tell if my kids are okay? Okay. I seem fine. I'm okay. I'm just gonna keep this kapok fiber on hand. In case stuff like that happens. Well, there's a hiding spot. Good to know. Place seems closer, I guess. This seems like a great time to end this a little bit long episode, or perhaps that was just the start of the next one. Anyway, welcome to Let's Play. I'm Diego. We are far from home. Close to death. Unhappy. That's not true. Our dopamine is okay, it seems. And I think we are ready to head on to the next generation of our Brusons. Shore up some of these evolutionary traits. How the generation stuff works. I'm also sort of mixed minds about, because we're developing these neuronals, which makes it so that our abilities are increased and widened. And then generation, we can only shore up some of those. And so what it seems to almost be referring to is how with natural selection you let's see if there's any food I can smell. Good choice. Yes. I'm maturing these neurons through use of them, which perhaps I will attribute to being sort of abilities we may possess. Why? Let me smell the... There's hearing, but no, I don't need to hear nothing. I just want to smell fruit. Smell fruit. I should have memorized it. A fool. Smelling. Memorize. There we go. I'll say that it is sort of our potential, maybe. That's what being represented there. Sort of the potential of each individual to develop better smelling, to sort of practice in these things. Sort of the potential of our brains to grow and learn rather than the limits of what our genes allow us to do. With then sort of the hey, where's that thing I memorized? Hey, quick question, where's that thing I memorized? Memorize, please. As you failed to do before. Maybe I got too far from it. Makes sense, because again, we're not as good at smelling as we are at all the other things. Doesn't help with anything. Why did that not help? Do I need my daily regimen more? Have I not been eating enough? Good thing that little thing was there. I'll try to mosey on home and sleep and do generation. Whereas generation seems to be either what is taught. Thus it makes sense that the generational stuff is things that that each child and the way that the children you hold them, the way that you hold them, the way that holding them helps develop these and sort of solidify these neuronal pathways, as opposed to having to develop it each time. Maybe it's representing sort of the education in that way, and in that sense I think it's great, but I think it's muddling its message too by having it linked to all of this genetic stuff with mutations and the like. Although I will say that sort of the generational stuff then also makes sense as sort of no. Oh, I'm doing so poorly with this poor person. But it also makes some amount of sense how they do the generational stuff, because not just is it random mutations arising, I will say perhaps here represented at an increased rate, but it is also that those mutations are passed down more if they are beneficial. It's just here that amount of benefit is being perhaps simplified in its representation by having it be sort of through the choice of the player as to what the player thinks will be most beneficial. We get to shore up those links, and one generation may be standing in for, I would say, more than one, because you see we are only at year 18, and I have a lot of genetic mutations, and a lot of which I can shore up, which does seem to me a bit I'll say just a bit incorrect. for the time scale of these things, especially given how seems that the evolution part of it is hopefully going to allow us to work on the time scale of millions of years, whereas generations is in the tens and dozens of years. Did not mean to do that jump, but that's okay. We're close to home. We're homebound. Oh, that was so close to disaster. Whew. It's a very dramatic episode. Let's lie down. Let's drop these children. Let's sleep first. And then we'll evolve. Assuming that sleep is what we needed. I'll say next episode of Let's Play, we're going to dive right into generation, and maybe from there right into evolution. So we'll catch you next time on Let's Play.